Hello everyone, welcome back to Edgington, the city on the edge, where we have, kind of an alarming shortage of wood. So, let's see, we've got to mark some of these, jeez. Full-grown trees, can I find any? Nope, apparently I've already marked all of these for chopping. Oh boy, well, we're gonna be fast at work today, it seems. Maybe there's a few spots I can cut down trees, like the areas that have been scorched, for example. There's an idea. So let's just cut those down. Pretty sure when trees have been scorched and they get removed, they're removed forever. But, yeah, we can survive. We can deal. Just gonna cleanse this area. Alright, so the most recent thing that we've been up to, of course, is building a specialized, dedicated location for our blacksmithing, and especially for our stonemasons, because our stonemasons are going to be pretty much responsible for expanding our settlement over here so we can have additional houses, additional specialized areas. And I thought that that would therefore make it a fairly fitting time for us to talk about dedicated locations for things, especially work. So, of course, here in the Fox Den, I have my little foxhole, I have my office, and I wanted to get an office when I moved out from my last place because it was kind of the next step necessary to improving my content, expanding my enterprise, that kind of thing. And the question I'm asking today is how has that benefited me in the long term? How has that perhaps disadvantaged me in some fashions? What are you waiting on, Bernard? Current task, human. You have a torch. You're not doing terribly much. Just jog your memory there, shall we? There you go, there you go. Must have just found a path collision there somewhere. So yeah, the stonemason is going up quite nicely over here. Yep, we've got our stonemasons coming in here. There's Dallas. And who else do we have? I forget the names. Believe it or not, I forget the names. And that must be our night guard. Nights and afternoons. Cam, Farron. Both not doing anything right now. I need to set this to only be used by the blacksmith. And I'm also going to set these to coal because of our wood shortage right now. And these are both only usable by the stonemasons, so good. Benefit of this being right here is that we don't have to go all the way to the other side of the settlement to get our materials. There is a building cart right here, and all the materials are made right here in-house so that we don't need to move very far. Ellie is right there. Okay, so it's Ellie and Dallas over here. And I'm gonna put a torch in here. So let's see, lighting, wall sconce. We probably just want the one. I don't think it's gonna be necessary to have more than that. And we're gonna need to make a torch for that. So animal fat. We don't have any cloth apparently. Okay, well we can fix that up easily enough. Yep, 797 flax fiber. Let's add 10 of that. Because we're probably going to need more cloth tunics as well. Okay, so we highlighted a few spots out there for tree chopping, but we can chop that full-grown tree. Need shears to work the loom. Do we not have shears? I'd be surprised. Yeah, apparently we don't have the capacity for stone shears. It's all iron. Okay, well let's add a couple of those then, shall we? Let's move that up above there, so you will prioritize it. Yay. Right, so, yes. Having the main thing that I got out of having an office, bearing in mind, not very much has changed in the grand scheme of things. I'm basically still getting up out of bed and coming over to my computer here, getting to work on stuff, that kind of thing, filming stuff, editing stuff, rendering stuff, all that sorts of things. So not much has changed there. So what did I get out of it? What I got out of it, I think, was, firstly, more space. I have room for the green screen now. I have room for a more comprehensive setup, so I have better lighting, that kind of thing. And I got a good delineation. And I may have to explain that one slightly. When I had the standard starter YouTuber kind of setup, which is, here is my computer, it is next to my bed. And the bed, of course, worked fantastically for soundproofing and whatnot, but oh well. What I got was, here is the space where I work, here is the space where I'm not working, where I'm doing other things, like cooking, watching TV or videos, or sleeping, going to the bathroom, that kind of thing. Not that I went to the bathroom in my bedroom at any point, but nonetheless. And that has meant that if something isn't going right, if something isn't working out, or if something is just going on by its own processes and I don't really have much capacity to do anything else, I can leave. I can be somewhere else, I can do other things, and it's not just sort of looming off in the corner. And that, I think, is probably one of the bigger advantages of my having an office. That is, like, yeah, that is fully designed around good. I was worried we might have missed some portion there. So the advantage, I think, mainly is that I can separate work from the rest of my life, if need be, as need be, and that, I think, is good. One or two YouTubers actually have an entire, like, office space, rented, purchased, whatever, entirely outside of their home. And I think there's probably some benefits to that, probably. I couldn't tell you what they are personally, because I only have you. I think personally that might be going a bit far. I think that might be a little bit on the side of excessive. And I think all I really need is more space. I guess it's sort of the thing, you eventually outgrow whatever space you end up in. Oh, there we go, there goes the wall. Chugging along. And just have to get more from the builder's card. Good. Having this in a nice central location where it's just made and put in the chest and gone is pretty good, I think. Oh, but here comes more of it from Samara. Nice. And I preemptively, in the night, put up this scaffold so that nobody should end up stuck up here. And it's also built strategically, so there's these 2 points where they can get off, just in case somebody manages to get blocked by somebody else. Like so, for example. I don't know why you're going up there, Stelis. There's a doorway right there. I guess you were trying to get over here, you couldn't because blocking. But anyways. And yeah, we're mostly going to be watching this and keeping an eye on our wood. The reason our wood's gone down is because I registered a whole ton of tools to be made, so that we wouldn't have to worry about them. So shepherd's crooks 23, fishing poles number 6, stone hose 14, stone pickaxes 43, copper axes, stone axes 37, stone tongs. Stone tongs somehow use wood, and that is probably the major problem that we've had here. So, whoops. And really, there's no, like, berries or anything for you guys to be picking at? There are berries. No, apparently not. Weird. Level 19 builder, Samara. Nice. Congrats. We need to put, like, a couple more chairs around here, I think. Don't know if I have the wood for them. And we've got miners over here as well, which tells me that I need to assign some more mining. Let's take a look. Ooh, yeah. That's all dug out. I could cherry pick a few more things, but I think that is pretty much all done. So let's just deselect the things we don't want to be mining, which is predominantly the things that will end up causing us more trouble than good. And let's get to building our next one. So 50 long, 3 wide, 50 long, 3 wide. There we go. 50 long, 3 wide. Good, I didn't accidentally just select the surface there. That would have been problematic. I also added a few more of our training dummies over here, so I'm just going to set these to be rebuilt if they ever get broken. Very good, very good. Might add as a little, like, side plot to here, just so that we can have beds specifically for our infantry on patrol and such, so they don't have to come all the way over here. Don't know what will come of that. I guess we'll find out in future episodes. Speaking of, I hope people enjoy the new intro. I hadn't fully decided I was going to make one before last episode, but you know, I figured why not? Why not? I have a little bit of time right now. Might as well upgrade it now. Oh yeah, that's going up at fabulous speed. Beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, we do have the window going out to the back there, so that might cause a little bit of trouble building up there, but hopefully we'll be okay. Nice. And I guess we have to lay out what the blacksmithing is going to look like. Now, the trouble with the blacksmiths is they have an anvil, they have a furnace. That's it. That's all that they need. We, of course, have 2 blacksmiths, so we want to make sure that we have a stone anvil and a pair of stone forges on both of these. So it's just a matter of where do we place these things. And I think placing them along here makes a degree of sense. I will have a stone forge opposite, so they can walk to and fro. And of course we're going to want to have a little bit of storage. We're going to want a tool chest, which they will both be filling and retrieving from, because they need to have hammers and such. Handily, it has 2 points there. And a couple of chests wouldn't go amiss, I'm sure. So let's get ourselves some furniture, a couple of wood chairs, so we can have a nice sit down here and there. Do you want those to be apart, or do you want to have them in odd places? I think odd places works a little better. Okay. Anything else that we could think to put in here? Well, a light. Another wall sconce would probably not go amiss, even if we do have a pair of furnaces going on at all hours here. But we probably want to put those over here when we eventually have a bit more. Decor? Decorative sculpted shrubbery. Oh, those would be nice to have outside. No, I think we're good here. Okay. So set that to be only used by blacksmiths. Only used by blacksmith. Use coal. Use coal. How much coal do we have? 25. Okay, good thing we've got our folks working on that then. Okay, and if I set this to not be used by anybody now. Well, actually, we probably want to have it be used by the blacksmiths for the time being. And when these are on, we'll get to work on other things. Nice. So let's see, crafting. Iron. Make a couple of that. Don't have any tin. Surprise me. 3 of that. And oh boy, yeah, we can make so much of that. Make 10 of that. And I guess we'll try and... Oh, I guess that's where our coal has been going. It's been going into steel. Okay. So, what has been the downside of me having an office now? Well, the first thing I guess is that having room to grow means I have had room to outgrow, so I am now having the problem that one of the things that we're looking for, at least that I'm looking for, in our next place, is more space. I'm looking for having a larger, and that is brick-free. Good. Okay, let's have this be largely identical, I guess. For the most part. To the neighbours. There we go. Hitting up against the stockpile there, so that's what's causing that problem. There we go. Oh, missed a little piece. Right over here, by the scaffold. Wouldn't you know it? There we go. Done. Of course it needs a roof. We are going to be putting roofs on all these places, but for now, done. Grand. I know our carpenters come to hammer out some chairs. Very good, very good. I kind of would have preferred that to be turned, but I don't know how which direction I would turn them. So, it's probably fine. And they could have just shared a tool chest, that wouldn't have been too big of a concern, but having it be right there means that it saves them time traveling, which means it means that ultimately they get to work faster. And how are we doing for lumber, Beatrix? Beatrix? Oh, Margaret, sorry. Beatrix, why was I calling you Beatrix? I don't know. Steel axe. Nice. Okay, so you're having to come all the way back over here because we don't have a wood pile over here, so let's fix that. Obviously that requires wood to make, so it's going to be a little bit waiting, but nonetheless. Stone hammer's broken, stone hoe is broken, it's fine, I made a ton of them. The main drawback that I think I've experienced as a consequence of having my office, besides outgrowing it, is it's given me a means to stop working. Before, when it was just sort of like within a meter or so of my bed, it was kind of hard to justify. Oh, Kyle's a level 19 miner, good. It kind of gave me like no recourse to say, I don't feel like working today, I'm just going to not work. Whereas it's a lot harder, it's kind of harder to like justify it at that stage, because I'm always going to be on the computer, I'm always going to be, like, it's always right there staring at me, kind of thing. Having a space that I can actively avoid, a space that I can completely shut out from sight, I think has contributed a bit to my succeeding in ignoring work every now and then. I can go watch TV, I can read a book in bed, I can make something in the kitchen, that kind of thing. So I think for me personally, having an entirely separated office space might be ultimately detrimental compared to having just a small office. Well, not as small as this perhaps, but an office. I think having a decent space that I suppose Elemental is my only main computer here, so consequently, eventually I'm going to come back in here anyways, but I've got my tablet now, so I can browse Discord and YouTube and whatnot on that, so I can watch YouTube on the TV via the PS4 and all sorts, but it's easier now for me to ignore work. If it was in a completely different building, it would be even worse, and I feel like the torch on that side has really boosted the light levels. Ooh. That might be a problem. I'm sure it's fine. Lars has harvested free wheat. Good. We need that to feed the animals. How is our food? Our food is at 1721. It worries me that it keeps dropping. Why are you over here, Paper? You should be way over here. This would be another advantage of having our own little separate barracks, I guess we could call it, is that they wouldn't end up in places that we don't need them to be. You're also carrying like half of our good armor. Steel halberd, almost a steel full set, and just chilling out over here. Yeah, the cheek, the cheek. Speaking of, is Clifton over here? Yes, he is. He should be in here. Go on. Do it. I'll put you here, you gonna do it? Here? You have one job right now, Clifton, that is to get better. I might have to tear this down and rebuild it. Make it into something that he will actually, like, reliably function in. Because right now it doesn't seem like it's doing that. Which I guess is the next problem we can discuss, is when a space which has a specific purpose is not properly designed for that purpose. It can ultimately be more of a detriment, because over there, of course, we see Clifton just wasting time. In my case... I'm trying to think, in my case, how can we describe that? Has that happened at all? Has that been a contention? We can decide it actually in the terms of fuzz. Fuzz actually does have a sort of dedicated nest, cat nest as we described it, here in the fox den, which is basically a corner next to what is the living room space and the kitchen space, and it's just been boarded off by a screen, which is moderately opaque. I wouldn't necessarily say it's completely opaque, but it's moderately opaque. And this has had benefits. It's given Fuzz some degree of privacy, given Fuzz a nice little segmented area for them to do stuff in. But it's had flaws. The chief and major flaw that we've experienced with it is that it's like not sufficiently cordoned off so that I don't have like the inherent impulse to talk to them, to look over what they're doing, that kind of thing. So it's offered this sort of illusion of privacy where there isn't actually meaningful privacy, and that has ultimately, I think, if anything, led to more stress rather than less for Fuzz. So that is unfortunate. And that is also partially why we're looking for a place with like an extra bedroom in our new potential den. So that then Fuzz has an actual room with a door that they can close and be cordoned off from me and anything else. They can just get about doing their own stuff. What on earth are you doing over here, Waylon? You are supposed to be over here as well, not taking a swim. Oh, hello. Appropriate music cue is appropriate. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. Is that it? Yeah, it looks like it's just 6. Most of them within sight range of the roads. None of them near to our fishermen. Good, our fisher folk. And we have 2 of our patrols going up here right now. That is Rafe, who's level 9, and Aku, who's level 12. So I think... Oh, nope, they are retiring because it is patrol shift time. So, it's midday. Well, skeletons shouldn't cause us too much trouble. I hope. We'll see. And we're at 22 lumber now. Still in need of a lot more. Oh, a seedling! Hooray, that's another tree over here for us. And this rare line is coming pretty close to being fully harvestable, so yay. Hurrah for that. That will hopefully mean that we don't have to send you out as often. And having this be fully restored because we accidentally removed a bunch of them is causing us some problem. It will cause us a few less problems, but for now, we deal. And this is just coming up a treat, isn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful. How did you just... Okay. Ren has leveled up. That's why he's supposed to be over there. Good. Level 6 herder Roland. Hooray. Do I not have any brick free on building? I don't. Okay, at 50 then. Pick that up. So we can finish off this building. Level 8 Fisherman Wolfram. Well done. Okay, right, before I get further distracted. So yeah. Don't know how many people in the comments are going to have much experience with this kind of subject, but let me know if you have cordoned off an area, or if you have an area that you think could be cordoned off for a specific task. How do you go about it? What problems have you encountered? Has it helped you? Has it hindered you in some fashion? Let me know. Main problem I have is that putting up the green screen, taking it down all the time gets really, really tiresome. I could use a place to store it upright and stuff, but anyways. From here in Edgington, hope you had a